welcome back to Good Morning Wilmington. Next on the plaza, we have Rosalind Maxwell. Miss Maxwell is actually the founder of Renewal of Self, an organization that teaches young women self-worth through programs and classes. Good morning, Miss Rosalind.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm doing well. Excited.
We're excited to have you
excited
on.
to be here.
So first question, tell us about Renewal of Self.
Well, Renewal of Self is a personal program that I wanted to put into existence. I love teaching children, young mothers, their children. What I was thinking about is because there's no more economics in the schools. It was taken out of the schools. So I truly believe that we need to train up our own children. We can't wait for, the state or the federal government or anybody to put this into place. We got a work to do right here in Wilmington. And I kept asking myself, what is it that you can do to help in the community? And I said, I know what it is. We could teach them to sew.
Yes.
It's self-healing. It gives them something to learn and something to focus on other than, other things that's going on out there. And I'm inviting the mothers to partake with them. We're calling it Mommy and Me, where the mother could come and learn to sew, something to do with their daughters. The aunt could come, the grandmother could come, and we're asking men to come as well if they want to learn how to sew, because, I mean, how can they become famous designers if they're not taught how to sew?
Right.
So this is why it's so personal to me to get out here and do this.
And I think it's necessary.
Yes.
I really do. I actually had the opportunity to take a sewing class when I was in school, and during grade school they still had those classes they were offering, and I remember looking back and how beneficial it was. I never wanted to be a designer or a seamstress. I had no passion to do that, but to learn that skill and to have that with me as I got older. Think about it. You are at a hosting gig.
Yes.
And this strap on your dress breaks. You have your little emergency kit. Quickly sew it back up.
You can.
Boom, you're good to go. It's such a good feeling to know that you have that skill as an emergency.
Exactly.
And I think that it's something that not only women should know how to do, but
men as well.
All people, really.
Oh yes, we had one of the young ladies saying, "Why I need to learn to sew?" I said, "Well, if your button fall off your coat, are you going to buy a new coat or sew a new sew the same button on the coat?" And she said, "Oh, okay, my bad."
Right. And to pay, and again, nothing against seamstresses and tailors, but to pay for them to fix
something
small,
so simple.
It could be up to 50, 80. I've paid for something very, very simple, almost $75.
Oh yes.
And that's something that you could have did really quick at home. So it's definitely a skill set to learn and that you can take with you throughout life.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
And I love that you want to teach children this. I love that on your pamphlet you have Proverbs 22 verse 6, train up a child in the way they should go. When they are old, they shall not depart from it.
Exactly.
One of my favorite scriptures, and I live by that because that's something that my parents instilled in me.
Yes.
And speaking of sewing, actually, when I was younger, my great aunt Bessie, she's the one who taught me how to sew. She actually bought me my first sewing machine, and I used to sew my dolls' dresses and stuff when I was younger. So, having that life skill as a child, that's something that can be really beneficial as they grow older. So I love what you're doing. And when did you first start, sewing and getting into home economics?
I actually started in 2020.
Okay.
Putting it together.
During the pandemic?
Right, during the
wow.
pandemic.
Tell us about
it came
that.
to full fruition in 2021 when I opened up. But I have two friends who own their own sewing shop, and I'm like, you got to help me here. We have to teach these young girls how to sew. And I was saying, but I can't pay you right now. I need volunteers. And they were fine with that. They said, well, when do you want to start? So weekly I would sit with them and try to get, a plan going. And we eventually did. And I have to shout out the Hicks Center, because once I sent the letter to them, they said, we'll sponsor you. We'll give you free room and board. So I don't pay for rent. I have a huge room where we come in on Saturdays between, 12:30 and 2 o'clock, and we set up the machines and we start teaching them. They're making pillars, they're making outfits. And at 8 years old, you will be surprised
I'm sure.
how these young girls are just getting at that machine and really sewing. I'm like, it took me 20 minutes to thread my needle. They had already threaded and finished their pillow by the time.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
But
So
yes.
Is that a part of your mentorship program?
Yes.
Tell us more about that.
Well, the part we figure if we get the mommies in with the girls, if they don't want to sew, because some of the mothers just sit and wait, that's my time to slide in there and just talk with them and see what's going on with them. I'm trying to put together a sip, sat, and chew so we could just sit down and just talk about everything that's going on. Because so much is going on. We don't know what people are going through. But I figured if we could just sit down, they could bring their own topic.
Right.
And we just sit down and get it together.
And please forgive me if I'm
That's
interrupting.
okay.
It just sparked something else, that you're creating a safe space to have these conversations.
Yes.
That maybe these mothers don't have at home.
Exactly.
And you're bringing them together where they can relate.
Where they can relate.
It's almost like a vulnerable setting that they can talk about what's happening, what they're going through. And I love that not only are they there to possibly learn a skill, but also it's therapeutic.
Yes,
Love that.
it really is. So I'm excited about that. It lasts a year. We're finally getting a few donations in, and things like that. So, the donations is coming through my website, which is www.renewalofself.com. On there, you could click on donation and go right into the donation, or even with the pamphlets I give out, they can donate.
By the way, beautiful pamphlets.
Yes,
Thank you.
We were admiring them earlier, and I was saying to Kaylin, I love the purple and the purple
that's
butterfly.
my favorite color.
Me too.
Yes.
Purple.
Yes,
Oh,
color
yes.
of royalty. Love that.
Right. You're right, royalty. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I
Oh,
love
yes.
that. So tell us, do you have any upcoming workshops or seminars, anything happening
We're trying
soon?
to get something going on. I just did a fundraiser, a small fundraiser. We got some money that we wanted to put together for all the donors who gave. And we're just gonna have just a little brunch with them. They can buy some of the pillows or anything the girls have made for them, because they're working hard to make stuff so people could see what they have. And my volunteers, I just wanted to give them a small little check or something, letting them know that I care, that they're there every Saturday, whether I'm there or not. I went on vacation and they were still there calling me, "You got 12 girls here today," and I'm like, ooh, I guess I'm just getting everything slowly in place.
Yes.
And it's exciting.
So you just said you had volunteers.
Yes.
So Renewal of Self isn't just one person.
No, I have 2 volunteers.
Okay.
And one name is Valerie and the other one name is Terry. And Valerie actually owns her own shop. She sews for people.
Oh, wow.
Terry they both went to college, got their degrees, and you have to see them there. So when I give you all the pictures, you'll see all the stuff they're doing with these young girls. It is fabulous.
That's
It
wonderful.
really is. Oh, yes.
Do you feel that at home economics and sewing and learning how to sew, do you feel that they should incorporate that back into the schools, the school
definitely.
curriculum?
Good question.
I think they should.
So how would you convince, let's say, the administration or the school district that the importance? Tell me what's the importance of, and how would you convince them to bring it back?
Well, that's interesting that you say that, because I'm working on a letter. I got a list of schools and telling them, we'll come to you. If you could just give us a room, or, during after school, need a sewing class, we could come and we'll teach them how to sew from the school. This way, if you don't want to bring them to us, we'll come to you. So
That honestly, for me, that raises the question of why was this taken out of schools in the first place? What are your thoughts about that?
Well, my thoughts, I'm guessing the budget, or they feel it wasn't needed.
Right.
Oh, it's
I don't-
needed.
It is
It is
necessary.
definitely
it's
needed.
very
Not
much
just the
needed.
sewing, but the cooking,
Yes.
pottery, arts and crafts.
These are all life skills.
These are all life skills.
They are.
They
Oh,
are.
yes.
They really are. And
Yes, they
even
are.
though you may not want to aspire to be a seamstress or a fashion designer or a chef,
Exactly.
you don't need to, you should be learning these skills.
You should
And
be.
you don't have to aspire to pursue it as an occupation.
Yes.
But these are life skills to survive life.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
So
oh, yes.
I hope that the letter that you're putting together, and I hope that there is a big response.
I hope so,
and
too.
so much support as you continue to grow with your company, but also providing this opportunity to learn to all of our youth. I hope it continues to grow, and I hope that you get the support you need from our schools,
hope
because
so,
I do
too.
feel that it is necessary they bring it
And
back.
to let you know, it's nonprofit, so
Okay.
it's free to the community.
Right.
So I'm not
Absolutely.
seeing where they won't take advantage of it.
Right.
So.
Yes, and thank you so much. But I know you mentioned it before, but tell us one more time. This is your community camera.
Okay.
Where can people, find out more about Renewal of Self? Where could people learn about your workshops, and where can they donate?
Okay. They can go on www.renewalofself.com, and everything that you need is there. If it's not good enough, there's a phone number on there. Call me, and I'll give you the information. And stop by the Hicks Center on a Saturday and check us out.
Absolutely. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for joining us.
Thank you for allowing me to come.
No, this was truly amazing. I love the work that you're continuing to do in the community to train
Thank
up
you.
children and people of all ages, honestly, in all colors and creeds,
Yes.
these necessary life skills. So
Oh,
thank
yes.
you so
Thank
much
you.
for being with us.
Yes,
Well,
thank you,
good.
Roz.
What's up, everyone? It's your main man, Big Ob, the talk of the town, Mr. DETVCH.com, and I'm here with my wonderful and amazing co-host.
Vincenza.
We just stopped by to tell you to be sure, if you want any information on what's going on in Wilmington and to meet some dynamic people doing some amazing and great things, be sure to watch us live on Good Morning Wilmington on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 p.m.,
Oh, Ivan, 10 a.m.
which he said 10 a.m.
Listen to me. That's why he has me here. But yes, tune in live, 10 a.m. Monday and Wednesday on Good Morning Wilmington.
DETVCH.com.